Hello, good evening. Today's date is Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. We will be talking about the market position, the macro news bias, the set news report, and that is it. No trades for me today. As far as the market position goes, we see we have two dojis right here, unchanged because of war. Unsure whether Trump is really trying to get this resolved or what. We will get into that in a second. Kind of some conflicting things happening. So yeah, two dojis, not much from anything here. Oil rose a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Not much on the market side of things. As far as news goes, U.S. this morning sent Iran a 15-point ceasefire proposal. Let's see. In that 15-point plan, there was sanctions relief, civilian nuclear cooperation, a rollback of Iran's nuclear program, monitoring by the IAEA, and missile limits. Pretty traditional stuff here. The IAEA is nothing new. Civilian nuclear cooperation. I mean, those are kind of those are happening. You would think if there is anything, if there is a resolution, I think one of Trump's hard lines is no nukes for Iran. As far as sanctions relief, okay, not much to say on there. Iran did end up rejecting that, and here were some of their proposals: compensation for wartime losses, formal control over the Strait of Hormuz, no ballistic missile program limitations. So, missile limits, conflict there, guarantees against future military action. Um, Maybe they'll get that. U.S. and Israel has a tendency to lie in the past about stuff like that, so a guarantee is probably in their best interest. I think that's doable. As far as compensation for wartime losses, yeah, I really don't see that happening. I'll play this quick video about what Trump said. This is pretty funny.
We've won this. This war has been won. The only one that likes to keep it going is the fake news. I mean, the New York Times. You read the New York Times, it's like we're not winning a war where they have no navy and they have no air force and they have no nothing. And we literally have planes flying over Tehran and other parts of their country. They can't do a thing about it. For instance, if I want to take down that power plant, that very big, powerful power plant, they can't do a thing about it. It's like, take me. That's all they can do. And yet, if you read the New York Times or if you watch ABC fake news or NBC fake news, you'd say it's a close battle. It's not a close battle. We've won this.
Okay, so he is right to some degree about the nuclear power plants and stuff like that. He really could hit those. Is it in his best interest to hit those? Probably not. That's just going to escalate the war. The problem is the energy prices. Yes, he could completely destroy Iran, but then energy goes through the roof. Troops are on their way to the Middle East, the 82nd Airborne. I do not think there will be boots on the ground. If anything, there will be. If anything, there may be potentially some boots on the ground on some of Iran's islands, like Karg Island and stuff like that. But as far as boots on the ground, um, Iraq kind of military action, I don't buy that. I don't think that's going to happen. One of the big reasons I think Trump even has boots on the ground heading towards Iran is to kind of pressure them into saying, like, hey, we could really go further than what everyone's thinking. Trump did say the Strait of Hormuz will open very soon. Iran, I mean, these guys are kind of like kids going back and forth. Iran says Trump doesn't dictate when the war ends. And then, of course, that video, Trump saying he could make things worse. It's truly not in his best interest. And the United Nations chief calls for U.S. and Israel to end the war. My interpretation of all this, the U.S. could bomb and take out every leader of that Iran has, and leader after leader. That's just going to build more resentment to whoever takes the place. Like we already did take out the leader. We haven't heard anything from his replacement. Reports are that he's dead. Who knows what's the truth about that? But the important thing is, just because you're killing and bombing Iran doesn't mean anything's going to get resolved. The only way to do regime change is boots on the ground. Boots aren't going to go on the ground because we have midterms coming up and people are already not happy with this war. So boots on the ground are probably not happening. Like I said, if they do happen, it's going to be on one of the islands, and they're going to spin it in a way where they say it's not true boots on the ground because we're not truly in Iran. We just took this little island. Something like that may happen. So, not in Trump's best interest to bomb Iran continually, especially taking out their power plants, even though they could. Iran knows that. Iran's pissed. Yeah, so that kind of concludes the macro news bias for today. Overall market sentiment, we're unsure what's going to happen. Obviously, we have two dojis right here. Two doji candles. Kind of been in this range here. Let's check it out. No trades for me today. So yeah, who knows what's going to happen? We really do have to wait and see, and no one knows what's going to happen. Everyone's just making predictions. If someone says they know what's going to happen or we're definitely going into a recession, they don't know that. They're not sure of that. It will take a while for energy prices to come back down, but use your head. As far as the set news reports, Trump does speak at 7:20 p.m. today at the National Republicans Congressional Committee fundraising dinner. So, I'll probably be tuning in for that. No trades today. If you were going to trade today, I'll show you probably where your entry could have been. Because there was no entry for me. I wish there was because I did know where price wanted to go. Let's look here. Let's go to this chart. Okay. Market opened. We take out this liquidity right here, sweeping it. Bearish SMT on NASDAQ. If you can see that, I'm not going to mark it out. 5 minute comes down, break structure, inverses this gap. Same thing on ES. No entry, nothing. Maybe on the 1 minute, maybe you traded this and found an entry. If you did, that's good, great. No entry for me. So, but this is kind of the, if you were going to catch an entry, this move right here would have been it. Okay, if you can see that. This move would have been the entry. Somewhere shorts, obviously, to the downside. So yeah, that concludes today, March 25th, 2026.